In the Pokrovsk direction, footage was recorded of a Russian soldier looting. He entered the home of an elderly person and stole food, then fled back to his position. But justice prevails in the world, and Ukrainian drones have already transmitted his coordinates. He entered the house where he was met by the first drone, after which he ran across the field to the trenches, where he received 2 more strikes from FPV drones and was justly destroyed. Stealing the last food from residents of the frontline area is a crime, and this soldier was punished. In this case, 3 soldiers heard the drone and hid in a ruined building. The Ukrainian drone flew in professionally, turning the building into construction materials. 4 more were spotted along the road in a residential area. The FPV took aim at them and, with a powerful weapon, destroyed everyone hiding under the tree. Another lone occupier in the middle of an open field, 1 drone, and only pieces of it remain. In the middle of the landing, another Russian soldier pretended to be dead, but the drone decided to make it a reality. Here is the same case, pretending to be dead, fallen into an eternal sleep. Another equally naive Russian soldier. Ukrainian pilots spotted a group of Russian military personnel and vehicles that frequently traveled along this road, after which round-the-clock surveillance was conducted. In this case, 2 Russian cars were driving towards Ukrainian positions, but an FPV drone was already approaching. The Russian military opened fire on the drone in hopes of shooting it down, but they failed. The first hit. The second truck, which stopped a little further away, was also targeted and then easily destroyed. The same road, but a different enemy car. This car was destroyed along with the soldiers. On this very stretch of road, hunting for another enemy vehicle, this time with ammunition. Almost every Russian trip on these roads ended the same way. Some cars were completely destroyed, some were only damaged, but many assaults took place precisely because of this road, and because of this, many ended before they even began. In these shots, another Russian bus which started the chase. Here are some interesting shots of Russian armored vehicles rushing to the aid of enemy positions. As soon as the drone began to approach, all the occupiers fled from the vehicles. After that, a second drone was launched to destroy the Russian military, but then plans changed because 2 Russian SUVs were speeding toward the area. Following them, they noticed a third car traveling in the opposite direction. After the collision, 1 SUV was destroyed and the other 2 were damaged by debris. 2 Russian soldiers were caught in tall grass. They tried to hide in the open sky, but this hiding place did not save them. Another one pretended to be dead in the middle of the field, but the pilots of the Solovey unit show no mercy to anyone. Here, a comrade runs to pull out the body of his friend, who has just been destroyed, but the birds were still in the sky and sent him to his friend. And another one was caught in the open air in tall grass. He decided to rest before the hike, but now he won't have to go anywhere. Two Russian soldiers who had just arrived at their positions staged a photo shoot in bulletproof vests under the open sky. but an explosive photo shoot awaited them ahead. A Ukrainian drone was already hunting them down. The first strike misses, one enemy flees to seek cover, but he doesn't make it. The second drone hits its target precisely. The second soldier decides to pretend to be dead under a tree, but no, that's too obvious for the pilots. Here, footage of pilots from the Flying Skull Battalion preparing for combat missions with FPV drones. Explosives are attached to the drones, connections are made, settings are adjusted, and then the best part, combat missions. The first target is a mortar hidden in a dugout. Next, a juicy target was spotted, a tank hidden under camouflage netting, but it didn't help. Next, Russian FPV drones wait in the rear until transport or Ukrainian military personnel are spotted. Their small size makes them difficult to detect, which can then lead to casualties among the military. In this case, camouflaged ammunition was found behind enemy lines, and after the strike, it exploded very powerfully. A valuable target was discovered here, a Russian howitzer hidden among the ruins. Next is another tank, which was placed here to prepare for the assault. And this is one of the Ukrainian pilots with the call sign Disarm, who managed to destroy tanks and capture this footage. Here, the destruction of the Russian Buchanka with personnel inside. Russian soldiers decided to hide at a bus stop, but they only waited for the bus to eternity. An occupier is running along the roadside, having abandoned his car. He tried with all his might to hide behind the trees, but it didn't help. Here, a Russian soldier decided he was Jackie Chan and jumped out of a truck at high speed. Next, a few more shots of the destruction of enemy transport with soldiers on board. They decided to turn off the road when they saw the FPV. Here, the Russians turned into a field, avoiding collision with the drone, then jumped out of the car and ran towards the landing site. The hunt began. The Russian soldier started throwing stones at the drone. After missing several times, he decided to run for cover, but was destroyed.